Never eat less if you want to lose weight. Back in 2002, I worked as a fitness director at LA Fitness. And it was one of those big mega clubs, super clubs. And it was located in Atlanta, Georgia. And so I would sit down with dozens of people on a weekly basis. And one of the things I would do is I would always ask them to go over their nutrition program. In other words, tell me what you eat. Tell me what you ate today. And I'll never forget this one woman. Her age was, I want to say, late 50s, early 60s. And I forgot her exact height and weight, but we did test body fat. All right, we did test body fat percentage. And her body fat percentage was 27%. And the thing about it is she was a slim person. She was slim or thin in appearance. And 27% is by no means obesity, but it is a little bit higher than a female would want. And especially if you're a thin person and it's 27%, that's indicative that you have a very low level of muscle mass. In other words, you've heard the term skinny fat. And I'm going into detail on the body fat percentage because it's really important I set the stage for what she said next, because it'll all make sense. So she went on to tell me, so here's what she ate. For breakfast, a bowl of Special K. For lunch, which would have been meal number 2, she had a bowl of soup. And then for meal 3, which would have been her dinner, she had a can of tuna with a spoonful of light mayo and I think like 5 or 10 Ritz crackers. And, you know, I can remember saying to her, that's hardly enough food to keep a sparrow alive. I don't remember the exact calorie count or what the exact calorie count would be of all that, but I doubt it's 1,000. And I'd be shocked if it was over 1,500 or anywhere even near that. So what you have is, I'll never forget what she said to me, and this is what got scary. She wanted to lose a couple more pounds, and she said, my dietitian said the only way for me to lose weight, for me to burn body fat, for me to drop inches, is to cut calories. And I said, well, so what is your goal here? Is your goal to eat half a cup, or half a bowl rather, of Special K a day? Or half a can of tuna? Or go from a bowl of soup down to a half a bowl of soup? And then what? Remove breakfast? So you don't, what's your ultimate goal? To eat half a bowl of Special K a day? I'll never forget the look she gave me. Her eyes were kind of glazed over and she just looked at me, and the look on her face resembled that of a lobotomy patient. In other words, just stunned to silence. It was expressionless. And the reason she gave me that look is because the gravity of what I said began to sink in. It began to sink into her. When you're eating twigs and berries and you can't lose weight or body fat or drop inches, eating even less isn't the solution. And although you might not be in the exact situation as this woman that I've just described, it's still a reasonable analogy. When you have someone that is already eating tiny amounts or small amounts, eating even less is never going to get them eating less is never going to help you break that plateau. And even if you do push forward by cutting less, you're never going to sustain it. So what do you do? If you're in that situation, what do you do? You already have a moderate high body fat, you're skinny fat. What do you do? Here's what you do. Number 1, you want to eat more food, okay? And the reason you want to do that is you've got to increase your metabolism. You've got to. I've been over this ad nauseum. You've got to boost that metabolic rate, and the way you do it is through energy intake, eating and drinking the right food and water. So I hope this hits home. You know, a lot of people will, if you go, and I've said this before, if you talk to Dr. Oz, a dietitian, a nutritionist, or a personal trainer, and you say, help, how do I lose weight? How do I drop inches? How do I burn body fat? They're going to tell you to do two things: exercise more and eat less. Guys, if this hits home with you, thumbs up it, share the video, get to my link below, website, lots more information where this came from. And remember, don't ever let one bad meal beat you twice. We're out of here.